Eleanor Short has seen firsthand the remarkable rise of Australia's LNG industry.
I reckon I can do that.
Yep, all right, thanks, Cole.
With her husband Jamie, Eleanor runs an electrical contracting business in Chinchilla, west of Brisbane, servicing nearby coal seam gas wells.
When you go down the main street at lunchtime, you can't find a park, so town is busy.
From humble beginnings, the industry has grown to become an export powerhouse, and things don't seem to be slowing down. For the past 10 years, companies such as Shell and Origin have been funneling much of the gas north to processing plants at Gladstone, where it's loaded onto ships and sent to Asia. On the other side of the country, it's a similar story. There's been huge investments in LNG plants in response to surging worldwide demand for gas.
It's really been phenomenal. Over the last 10 to 15 years, the industry has invested over $200 billion US, which is about 300 billion Aussie, to build the industry to a point where we are now competing for the top slot globally as an LNG exporter. So it's Qatar and Australia. It's quite amazing.
On the back of the splurge, Woodside is aiming to build the $16 billion Scarborough LNG development off WA's north coast. But there are growing doubts about the prospects for Scarborough thanks to an extraordinary turn of events last month. Within hours, Woodside's partners and global oil majors Shell, Chevron and ExxonMobil were hit with strikes from investors demanding greater action to cut pollution. It came as the International Energy Agency argued no new oil and gas project should be built if the world is to meet the Paris climate commitments. Despite the upheaval, Woodside says the case for Scarborough is strong.
The reservoir has almost no CO2. The train that we propose to build at the Pluto site will be very low emissions intensity. So the product that we're going to offer to customers in Asia will be low cost and low carbon.
But critics say investors have their doubts.
Share price has halved over the last 10 years, but this project, I guess, is seen as the last hurrah. And I guess there are other options, but the problem is that Woodside isn't looking at them. It's too focused on Scarborough.
Pressure has been building on the LNG industry for years. Soaring East Coast gas prices have seen local users pay more for gas than foreign customers. What's more, billions have been written off Queensland's LNG plants with claims there's not enough gas to feed them. At the same time, cost blowouts on many new projects mean it's unlikely taxpayers will see an economic return on the investments for decades, if at all.
We saw write-downs across the industry, including Santos, Woodside and Origin. So they're in a bit of a state of flux at the moment.
While uncertainty about the fate of Scarborough lingers, industry experts say the longer-term trends seem to be clear. They say that even if Scarborough gets up, it's likely to be the last of its kind.
What I don't expect to see is another Gorgon or another Wheatstone. I don't think there's any appetite amongst the Australian producers to invest in a new greenfield LNG project at the moment.
Back in Chinchilla, Jamie Short isn't afraid of change and thinks it'll be some time coming.
We can pretty much sort of roll into any type of new process like hydrogen or solar. We're pretty versatile in that respect. Electrical's electrical. It's not, you can do it anywhere.
Unlike Australia's gas giants.